Hi, everyone. Dr. Frankie here, and I'm going to cover another topic this week. Again, it's Thursday, and you know how I am here every Thursday with you all, sharing about my thoughts, suggestions, tips, based on all the years of experience that I have as a clinical psychologist and um, board certified coach and matchmaker. I've been practicing for over 2 decades as a clinical psychologist, and I'm also a matchmaker and the CEO of Little Black Book Matchmaking and Little Gay Book Matchmaking. So if you're out there and you're dating and you're trying to meet somebody special, I know it's so hard right now. But if you're out there and you're swiping or you're just like, the dating apps suck, I can't deal with it anymore. You're not finding quality people. You're not finding like-minded people. Reach out to us. Visit us. If you're part of the LGBTQIA plus community, reach out to us at littlegaybook.com. And if you are heterosexual, visit littleblackbookmatchmaking.com. Fill out a free profile, contact us. If you're interested in learning more about matchmaking, what's the process, what does it look like, and so on. Yeah, just drop us a note and you can access us online, on social media. We have several websites. So anyway, let me get back to today's focus, which is in a second here, I'm going to jump into my topic of the day. But I wanted to thank those who have been subscribing. We're almost at 17,000 subscribers. So close. I think it's now like 17,000, close to 900. Or 16,900. So if you're new to me and you like my content, please subscribe and share it and comment. I love to respond to people's comments. So if you have any questions, feedback, suggestions, people read the comments and we learn from each other. I've certainly learned plenty from you all throughout the years. So comment, share. There's somebody you know that will benefit from something that I'm talking about. Please do. So let's just jump in. So I'm going to be talking about everything you need to know about ethical non-monogamy. I'm sure many of you are aware, depending on where you live in the country, that this is becoming more and more of a popular concept, the idea of ethical non-monogamy. So I thought we should give it some attention today. One of the most popular TV phenomena of 2024 is couple to throuple, where couples looking for a third try to make a connection to form a throuple. Swiping through dating apps in any mid-sized American city, you'll see dozens of profiles marked ENM, or ethical non-monogamous. Non-monogamy is more widespread and more accepted than ever before. And as it does, you may wonder if it's relevant to you at all, whether you're potentially interested in practicing it or just curious to understand it better, especially because you're going to hear it come up at some point if you haven't already. So I'm going to share everything you need to know today about ethical non-monogamy. What do people mean when they say ethical non-monogamy? Ethical non-monogamy, or ENM for short, is an umbrella term. It encompasses lots of different romantic and sexual arrangements people might choose to pursue with more than one person. At its core, however, non-monogamy is a relationship paradigm that allows the people in it to pursue multiple romantic and/or sexual connections with the consent of all involved. However, within that paradigm, people practice non-monogamy in different ways and according to different frameworks. I'm going to share some of the most common broad stroke ENM practices people might align with. Though within these frameworks, individual people in individual relationships may have a range of different agreements or relationship guidelines. Like, it's not so black and white, right? Like, we can come up with our own, within our relationships, come up with what works for us. So this is just really a framework. Open relationship. Usually people in an open relationship have a primary long-term partner, maybe one they were initially monogamous with, but both individuals have consent to engage in sexual or romantic activities outside of their primary relationship. Every relationship is different, but for the most part, it's implied that the connections outside the primary relationship are more casual or short term, unlike polyamory, which may involve potentially serious emotional connections with multiple partners. It means multiple loves. Polyamory is a relationship structure where individuals have consensual, intimate connections with multiple partners simultaneously. Unlike open relationships or swinging, polyamorous people may have multiple emotional and deep romantic connections rather than just sexual encounters. What the structure of a polyamorous relationship looks like can differ. It can look like a triad relationship or a throuple in which multiple people are in a relationship together. It could mean a relationship where each member also has a partner, and outside that relationship, who may themselves have their own partners. The list can go on and on. Solo poly. Solo poly is a form of non monogamy where individuals prioritize their autonomy and their independence and may also have multiple romantic or sexual relationships. Solo polyamory emphasizes self-reliance and maintaining personal relationships. Solo polyamory is also about maintaining personal boundaries. A solo poly person doesn't want a primary relationship or partner and actually may prefer to live alone and avoid significantly intertwining their life with another person. Solo poly people often prioritize their individual needs and goals while dating other people, either casually or seriously. They may have a partner of 10 years and another partner of 3 months, as well as going on casual dates, but they live alone and make major life decisions solo, alone. Relationship anarchy. Unlike traditional forms of non-monogamy, such as polyamory or open relationships, relationship anarchy rejects the idea of ranking or prioritizing relationships. Instead of a primary or secondary partners, it encourages each connection to evolve organically based on the desires and the needs of the individuals involved, which fosters a dynamic and an egalitarian approach to relating. A person who practices relationship anarchy may have one long distance comic connection where they see each other only a few times a year, one live in nesting partner, and one partner they co parent with but do not live with. These dynamics could also all change if the people in these dynamics decide they wanted to. Relationship anarchs and polyamorous people, including solo poly people, may reject the relationship escalator. The idea that relationships must proceed along a specific progression of steps and reach a specific milestone, like moving in together or getting married to be successful. How do I know if I should be ethically non monogamous? Some people feel that being non monogamous is an identity they inherently hold, like being tall or being LGBTQ. This might be you if you get full scale crushes on other people that you feel a real desire to pursue, even while in a happy relationship that you're completely satisfied by. This is different than the desire to cheat, in that there's no core dissatisfaction with the original relationship and no desire to transgress. Instead, you may find yourself wishing, I wish I could try things with X without hurting Y. A big obstacle you've experienced with settling down or committing to a relationship in the past is the idea of giving up your freedom or closing off the potential for other connections. You've struggled with feeling like past relationships had rigid expectations or requirements. You were happy in relationships, but didn't understand why you had to move in together or take things to the next step. One thing that's not necessarily a sign you're naturally non monogamous is being tempted to cheat. Some people may claim they cheat in relationships because they're naturally non monogamous and stuck in a monogamous relationship. In reality, non monogamy is deeply connected to consent and communication. And cheating is often more about making a self destructive choice because of deeper issues. Some people don't feel strongly that they are an inherently non monogamous person, but are still interested in trying out ethical non monogamy. Sometimes because they're romantically interested in someone else non monogamous. This is also normal and healthy. Many people experience feeling equally well suited to both monogamous and non monogamous lifestyles. and which one they're in at any given point depends on the preferences for that specific dynamic. For many people, it may be simpler to let non-monogamy be something you do rather than something you are. Where can I learn more about ethical monogamy? Many people find important sources of information and support in community with other non-monogamous people. Although ethical non-monogamy is much more commonplace now than it used to be, it can still be a stigmatized practice, and having community with other non-monogamous people is helpful. There may be a local meetup group or community organization near you, or something similar online. In lieu of that, the last few years have been, or we have seen many excellent books on the topic. More Than Two, Polysecure, and Opening Up are great places to start. In addition to information about context about non-monogamous relationships, these books ground the practice of non-monogamy in important relationship concepts like attachment theory and polyvagal theory, to help readers understand how to practice these relationship styles in ways that are healthy and secure for everyone involved. And for those of you that have been listening to my videos regularly or reading my blog, I've written and I've spoken about polyvagal theory and attachment theory, definitely at length. So if you're not sure about those two topics, please definitely visit my website or my YouTube channel just to refresh your memory or familiarize yourself with it. Meg Barker's Rewriting the Rules is a great resource on finding relationship approaches and practices that work best for you and your partners, even if they differ from received wisdom or conventional practices. Finally, anyone considering ethical non-monogamy will likely really benefit from consulting a therapist or a counselor. A couples therapist is a great idea if you're already coupled and thinking of opening a relationship. I do plenty of work actually with couples that decide to open up their relationship and just don't really know how to go about it. It's a myth that opening a relationship has to be a last-ditch attempt to save a relationship on the rocks, but trying out non-monogamy for the first time can bring up new challenges and tough conversations. The support of a therapist or a coach can be invaluable in navigating these processes, and also just helping you feel confident, helping you there's a sounding board. There's somebody there that can really, the things that you don't foresee coming up can help you work through them together. So it doesn't feel so scary to traverse this new terrain. I want to recommend a few books. More Than Two, Cultivating Non-Monogamous Relationships with Kindness and Integrity. Polysecure, Attachment, Trauma, and Consensual Non-Monogamy, Rewriting the Rules. An Anti-Self-Help Guide to Love, Sex, and Relationships, Opening Up, a guide to creating and sustaining open relationships. You'll see all of these notes and the recommended reading in today's show notes, basically below. And that's what I got for you today. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your week and weekend, and that you're surrounding yourself around amazing people, staying healthy, hydrating, working out. I'm about to go to the gym. So that's a regular practice for me, 6 days a week, keeps me mentally sane and me feeling good in my body, and I'm able to focus better and be more productive. So I want to encourage you all to engage in self-care. It's so, so important, especially today with all the crazy going on. Thank you so much for being here with me. I look forward to seeing you all next week. Kisses, hugs, and I'll talk to you then. Take care.